Hi, I'm Rachel, and today I'm going to be showing you a think aloud using the comprehension strategy of monitoring. We use monitoring to help us better comprehend a text while we are reading it by identifying what we understand and what we are not sure about. We are also going to be figuring out what the author's craft is for the poem that we will be reading. An author's craft is the gift an author gives us, like rhyming or personification or similes. Today we are going to be reading a poem called The Dragon of Grinly Grun by Shel Silverstein. As I read the poem, I'm going to monitor as I go through using these colored flags. I'm going to put a green flag at the end of a line if I understand it. I'm going to put a yellow flag at the end of the line if I'm not sure about part of it, and I'm finally going to put a red flag at the end of the line if I do not understand the line or part of it. If I gain understanding of the red flag lines as I continue reading, I will go back and change the red flag to a green flag to show that I understand it. To begin, I am first going to read through the entire poem. I will then go back and use the comprehension strategy of monitoring as I go. The Dragon of Grinly Grun by Shel Silverstein. I'm the dragon of Grinly Grun, I breathe fire as hot as the sun. When a knight comes to fight, I just toast him on sight like a hot, crispy cinnamon bun. When I see a fair damsel go by, I just sigh a fiery sigh, and she'd bake like a tater, I think of her later with a romantic tear in my eye. I'm the dragon of Grinly Grun, but my lunches aren't very much fun, for I like my damsels medium rare, and they always come out well done. Now that I've read the poem once, I will go back and monitor myself as I read 2 lines at a time. I'm the dragon of Grinly Grun, I breathe fire as hot as the sun. I'm going to put a yellow flag next to this line because I'm not exactly sure what Grinly Grun is. I think that it may be a place that the dragon lives because it states that he is the dragon of Grinly Grun. When a knight comes to fight, I just toast him on sight like a hot, crispy cinnamon bun. I'm going to put a green flag next to these lines because I know that to toast something means to make it crisp and brown, which I do for my cinnamon buns when my mom makes them for me for breakfast. When I see a fair damsel go by, I just sigh a fiery sigh. I'm going to put a yellow flag next to this line because I do not know exactly what a fair damsel is. I do know what a sigh is because when I am bored or frustrated, I give out a loud sigh. A fiery sigh must mean that when the dragon sighs, he breathes fire. And she'd bake like a tater, I think of her later, with a romantic tear in my eye. Aha! Since the author used the word she, I can assume that the damsel is a girl who is in trouble. I'm going to go back and change this yellow flag to a green one. Because I understand the lines more clearly now. I know what a tater is because I like to eat tater tots, and I know that they are from a potato, so a tater must mean that it comes from a potato. I'm going to put a red flag next to romantic tear in my eye because I know what a tear is when you're upset or sad and you cry tears, but I do not know what a romantic tear is. So I will have to ask a peer later on what that means, or my teacher. I'm the dragon of Grinly Grun, but my lunches aren't very much fun. I'm going to put a green flag next to this line because I know what a lunch is since I pack one every day for school. From reading through the poem, I now know that Grinly Grun is a made-up place of where the dragon lives. For I like my damsels medium rare, and they always come out well done. I'm going to place a yellow flag next to this line because I've heard these words before, but I don't know exactly how they relate to this poem. Now that I'm done reading this poem, I can look back and notice that there were a few similes throughout it. Similes are sentences that use like or as to compare 2 things. This must be the author's craft because he used similes a lot throughout the poem. During my Think Aloud, you have seen me demonstrate the comprehension strategy of monitoring. Now it is your turn to try to use the strategy.